Hey everybody, this is TotalGamerJunkie. I want to welcome you all back to my channel. So I was meant to make this video yesterday, but I crashed it hard when I got home, so you got after work, so sorry about that. So anyways, in this video, I want to talk about the phone call that Rachel gets and what the news she could have received possibly be. Now, when we see it, she gets the call. This is after when Max is talking to Chloe, and she gets a call and she excuses herself, and then when it's after Tristan leaves, we see that she's just crying, and like she's slumped up to the door and she's just crouched down on the floor, and then she's crying. I mean, I assume she's crying because of the positions she's in, not to mention the facial expression she's making. Now, one of the things that does come to mind is Rachel's biological mother. Like, maybe she received a call that said that Sarah died, and I don't know if any of you know this, but it's actually Before the Storm. The canon ending is Chloe telling Rachel the truth about Sarah and how her dad James had Damon. That's it. That's his name. So I was like, Damien? No, it's not Damien. No, James Amber had paid Damon to have him either get Sarah addicted to drugs again or have her killed by an overdose. And in the canonical ending of Before the Storm, because everything in Before the Storm, that whole game is canon to this comic, Chloe ends up telling Rachel the truth, and in doing so, this ends up fracturing her relationship with her father and her stepmother. And because you can see at the end, and Mrs. Amber, I forget her name because she's not Rachel's mum, so like we don't need to know her name. Jokes. Yeah, so she's sitting at the table and she's sad, and James Amber, he's just at the fireplace and he's drinking, and he throws his drink in the fireplace. So yeah, this could be, and for people who've done it right, you can actually have Rachel meet Sarah and then near the lighthouse, and the two of them hug. I believe this is also part of the canon and what happened in Rachel's life. So having a mother brought back into her life just to have her die again, I can see how that would be emotional for her. Now, another thing could be, I don't think this is true, but it could be like Rachel, she got the call because for her play, like the one that she's going on the cross-country trip, how she's doing that for 6 months. Maybe they cancelled it, and she hasn't got it, and so she's just pretending she still got it. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, I don't see her getting so emotional over that, but hey, you never know. She's tried so many times, like she said, and it's been hard, so I would assume that's not the case, but after some point, people can just get depressed when they're trying something and just give up and break down. Now, I do think the first thing I said about Rachel's mum holds more weight, because if you read the synopsis for issue 10, it says, hold on, I'll get it up here. Max, Chloe, and Rachel face a new challenge with Tristan at its heart. Now, when they're talking about Tristan, obviously he is, as we saw, trying to get into the transit or something similar to what Max did. But that's a video for another time. But what I think Rachel wants is, like, maybe, like, she's hurting so bad after her mother died, she's like, wants Max to use her powers to go back and save her, but Max maybe doesn't want to, or she's like, mentions the storm and that, and she can't just always keep going back to fix problems. And that could cause Rachel to get angry and start to hate Max, saying like, you have all this power but you're keeping it to yourself, you're so selfish. Which brings us to the 11th issue, which is the time-twisting road trip hits a speed bump as Max realizes she may not know her friends as well as she thinks. That could also be another nod to Rachel, and how, as we all know, Rachel in the game, not Before the Storm, in Life is Strange, Rachel had her secrets, not even Chloe knew them. Like, because she was hanging out with Frank, she was having sex with him. Chloe was completely unaware of this, and I'm pretty sure Rachel had sex with Jefferson too. I'm not entirely sure, but it's implied that she did. So maybe this could be this, whatever secret this has to do with the phone call. And it might not even be about Sarah, but it might be about something else, and this is seriously going to affect Max and Chloe's relationship with her. Like, maybe, for example, what if the drug dealers find Rachel and they want payback, so they find out she's going to Florida, so they have her smuggle drugs for them to Florida to pay off the debt. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not too sure, but it seems plausible something like that could happen. Plus, it give Rachel more money, so that way, because that's how she pays for rent. She's got her Amber Light account, so that's possible. I'm not saying it's true, but it's a possibility. So, anyways, that's really all I wanted to talk about, and the next video I make will be about Tristan and what I think he's trying to do and how it could affect this arc. The arc called Strings. So anyways, let me know what you all think in the comments below. This is TotalGamerJunkie, signing off.